It's Nolan. What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. Oh man, it seems like we always got some Joe Budden podcast related stuff going on over here. I mean, they put out podcasts maybe 3-4 times a week. They're taking spicy takes all the time, so it's no surprise there. But Mel Ford has been going viral lately. She's spicing up the talk. Maybe she's not as bad of a co-host as we thought. Okay, now for some of y'all that may not be all up into the music scene right now, Gunna has this new music video out called Bachelor, and what they did with this video, him and Turbo, they got some of the, popular video vixens from the early to mid 2000s to be a part of the video. It's been circulating all throughout social media. People been circulating the photos and all that type of stuff. I've got the actual visual here. We're not going to play the video, of course, but there is some photos that have leaked online, well, been screenshot online or whatever. So in the video, you have Rosa Acosta, you've got Bria Miles, Esther Baxter, Lanisha Cole. Didn't Joe Budden date at least 2 of these ladies? Tammy Torres, Sasha Dindao, I don't know how you say her name, Ebony Jackson, and Katie Albert, who, we know her from Soul Plane and a couple other movies, but she played in some videos as well back in the G. So this sparked a little bit of debate on the Joe Budden podcast today about who the legends of the video vixen world are. Mel Ford has been very vocal about, the value that she feels that the ladies in these videos brought to hip hop, being that they were the eye candy. They had whole magazines dedicated to them. They had whole segments in other hip hop magazines that were dedicated to them. They definitely kept a lot of people's eyes glued to the tube when they were on TV listening to the music. So them just displaying themselves, whether it be their face, body, posture, confidence, makeup, whatever it is, I think they definitely should have been respected as models, because models typically get a hell of a lot of respect just in the greater scheme of the world. She's brought this up numerous times on the podcast, and the guys there don't necessarily be jacking what she's talking about. So in the scheme of them having this conversation, she began to take some shots at Karrine Steffans, aka Superhead. And I think this stemmed from the fact of them just talking about who the legends of that time were, and her name ended up coming up. And Mel was like, she seemed a little offended that her name came up in the same sentence as hers and some of the other ladies that perhaps were in the game longer, did more videos, did more work, and, tried to develop more of a reputation for themselves than being video hoes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, her name was Superhead. She has legitimate pornos, not just leaked sex tapes, but legitimate pornos that have been circulating on the interwebs for the last 20 something years. So I can understand why she may feel slighted by her, but to discredit her in the space, I think it kind of negates your point from talking about all the value that you all brought to the game in general, because everybody's contribution would have played a part. Big, small, hoe, not, whatever. She was a part of y'all. She was a part of y'all crew, and she might have went down bad in y'all's eyes, and we can understand that. And there's nothing wrong with sharing that perspective. And we can't say it for you because y'all were in it. But to act like she wasn't a part of y'all crew is a little asinine. So let's get into what Melyssa Ford had to say specifically. All right.
Missing somebody else. Who? Who you? Karinne.
What?
What do you mean? Karrine Steffans. 100% should have been in there. If you go on that, she's one of the first video vixens.
Name a video that you know of her in.
Mystical.
I know one, but a music video.
That's what I'm saying. I know another. I can name a lot of videos.
Y'all please stop stepping on Mel's hate right now. E, she asked you a question.
Mystical joint. She in a Jay-Z joint.
Which one?
You want me to pull up the list?
Oh, we back? We doing a quiz? Lifeline.
I mean, she only has a book called Confessions of a Video Vixen, so I'm going to assume that she's been.
But a lot of us had a really big problem with that fucking title.
Oh,
really big problem. When you think of no hate, no shade. When you think about her, do you think about her like being one of the most prolific in terms of recognizable?
Prolific.
I think
where you can like automatically say, I know her from this, I know her from that, because she was the starring role. No, you can't really say that, because that wasn't.
Nigga, she took you to the cleaners, nigga.
Okay, hold on.
She wasn't me. She wasn't Buffy. She wasn't Esther. She wasn't Rosa. She wasn't.
I got a list. Hold on. I got a list. She was in Hey Poppy, Jay-Z, Danger Mystical.
Before your time.
Feeling on your booty, R. Kelly.
While you was in Canada.
Feeling on your booty, R. Kelly. Fatty Girl.
Oh, all the slaps.
LL Cool J.
The slaps.
Between Me and You, Ja Rule.
Oh, come on. Come on, Mel.
She's done some videos.
Mel.
Okay, now can you remember actually seeing her in those videos?
100%.
This is so much hate.
Danger, yeah.
100%.
This is a lot of hate, Mel.
100%. Fatty Girl as well. Feeling on your booty, yes.
All of them we remember her in.
I don't remember her for feeling
Okay.
on the booty.
Niggas lying up here.
I remember.
Yo, it's 40 girls dancing in the background.
Y'all don't remember?
Hey Poppy had like 50 fucking girls in it, okay? And the majority of the shots was literally body shots, heads cut off. So there's that. And Hey Poppy comes after Big Pimpin', so I'm already here and I'm Melyssa fucking Ford.
Mel, you're not being a girl's girl right now.
I'm not a girl's girl to everybody. Fuck that shit.
There we go.
That's hate.
That shit off, Big Mel.
It's a little hate.
Maybe.
It's a little hate.
Maybe.
She's not playing when it comes. Yeah, man, I like this
But
shit.
she was a video
back it
vixen.
up.
She was a video vixen.
Oh, she said, I'll back it up.
And she sucked good dick.
From what I heard.
Don't try to leave that.
Outside.
Now, that's where y'all kind of went bad. Now I'm saying, Joe, why the hell you had to throw that in there? Imani, you know, Imani's inclusion on the podcast, or Imani, however you want to say it. I've been listening to too much Danny when he going at your fucking head, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Your inclusion on the pod, it throws me off. Y'all can't see the video, but if you go on some of the top, content channels, you'll see it. He's always off camera like Parks. I wish Imani was a little bit more, on camera. I know Ice and Ish take up the slot. I know Flip takes up the slot. But the fact that he's talking off screen and it's just like this fucking voice just chiming in, it's like, yo, get this nigga the fuck out of here. Not because he's wrong or because he's bad at doing what he is. I think he actually is a better potter than Ice and Ish, to be honest. But the fact that he's off camera talking and having this discourse, this back and forth with Melyssa Ford, it seems disingenuous. Seems like he's trolling her. And I'm not saying he's wrong. It's just the optics of it when you look at the actual video. I think, of course, Ice and Ish want to get their paychecks for showing up to work, but I think they need to take some more days off and let Imani do his thing so that he can stay on camera if he's going to be talking, because he's definitely showing up the pod better than them. When it comes to what Melyssa Ford is saying, I can understand some of her hesitation to embrace Superhead, aka Karrine Steffans, especially with the connotation that comes with her name. But they ran off a list. Hey Poppy by Jay-Z. There's somebody in the comments that put some more up. Candles by Prue. Danger by Mystical. Cold as Ice by MOP. Never even knew that one. Back to Front by Exhibit. POV City Anthem by Ty and Ja Rule. Feeling on Your Booty by That Guy. Fatty Girl by LL Cool J. I mean, that was a pretty big video. Wasn't the biggest song, but it was a big video on TV. Funny by Gerald Levert. Between Me and You by Ja Rule. That's another big one. So, and I think she was in a Jadakiss one. Wasn't she in Knock Yourself Out? Maybe I'm tripping, But yeah, man. I can understand where Melyssa Ford's coming from. She said she wasn't the Extra Bastards, the Rosa Costas, anything like her. How many videos was Melyssa Ford in, by the way? Like, I know she was around, a little bit before and maybe a little bit after, but they were able to name like 10 videos that Karinne was in. I personally remember Melyssa Ford from maybe 5. Not to say that she didn't play in more. I'm just saying, if from what my memory suits me, if y'all remember this, because remember, this is an old time. This is year 2000 something, from 98, 99 up to maybe 2007, 2008. When they were at the heights of their careers. That's around the time that she did put the book out, Karrine Steffans, the Diaries of a Video Vixen. She said that the community of ladies that were in those music videos really didn't like that book, especially with that title. Then she's telling all of these stories about all the rappers that she smashed, had relationships with, some of the rappers that SA'd her, some of the rappers that treated her badly in the bedroom as far as just, abuse or just being controlling and all of this crazy shit. So it was a very controversial book, if y'all can remember back to that time. Some of y'all weren't born then. Some of y'all were born, around that time, but it wasn't a part of your, lexicon, right? It wasn't a part of your conversations. I remember when that book came out because I was in high school. So I understand it, but is there some hate from Melyssa Ford coming because she didn't receive the invite to be in the video with Gunna and Turbo? The fact that those ladies were there, even Katie Albert, who transitioned from being in videos, music videos, to actually having an acting career, although short. I'm sure somebody would have tried to substitute her for Melyssa Ford if you're going to go off of iconic, right? But do you think that there's some hate there because she didn't get the invite? Did she receive the invite and turn it down? She didn't want to revisit that part of her life. We need a little bit more context, Mel. You're going to have to let us know what the source of your anger is here, or your, you know, defending your title when you're so far removed from that time in your life, right? You've done so much to try to overshadow that past. Not to say that you want to erase it, but you try to present yourself as an educated person, right? As a well-studied person, well-versed person. You don't present yourself in, you know, scantily clad clothing so much these days. You still look good, but you don't really, you may be form-fitting in your clothes, but not revealing. You know what I'm saying? And for the past 10, 15 years, Karinne hasn't really been all that risque herself. She's come out and said some things. She's done some Clubhouse, some stuff like that. But for the most part, she's been hung up on Lil Wayne, to be honest. Like, for whatever they had going on, whether they were in a relationship, not in a relationship, whatever, she was kind of hung up on him. She's been associated with some other guys, but she hasn't really gone into like grave detail. Some people were trying to get information out of her regarding Diddy from back in the days. She didn't give that much on Twitter Spaces recently. So she's trying to also elevate herself. She's also very educated, very smart too. Don't ever get it twisted that just because she liked to suck a look that she ain't got no brain. Very much pun intended. So a lot of people were anticipating some sort of response from her. Today, she did update her Instagram, but she didn't say anything negative. It was actually quite shocking. She proceeded to put this video up, which is got no sound in it. I'm not going to play any sound. She's got the Nicki Minaj song, one of them Nicki Minaj songs on there. But it says, one thing about me is I'ma have peace, right? So she's just saying she's at peace. She's not trying to war with anybody. She's letting it known that she's living her best life. Still looks good too. You know what I mean? Ain't she damn near 50 years old? So she proceeds to say in the actual caption, here's how I do it. I guess pertaining to her piece. Buddha says the root of suffering is attachment. And I believe this to be true. So this was uploaded 6 hours ago. You know, Joe Budden's videos go up in the morning. So I believe that this is a direct response, basically talking about how Mel is still attached to that past, attached to those old titles, attached to that former glory. Therefore, the root of my peace is my preference and ability to remain detached from people, places, things, circumstances, ideas, and outcomes, especially those that do not serve my highest self. Whatever happens, happens. It is how it is. There are no rules and no limits. There are no boxes or lines to stay within. There is no forever. I don't do what I don't love. I walk away quickly and often. I serve myself only after God and don't feel bad if I don't serve anyone else. I say no a lot. And when I say I don't care, I mean it. Did she get the invite for that video too? And she said no? I trust my voice and I use it. I advocate for myself loudly and let the chips fall where they may. There is nothing anyone can do to stop or hinder me at this stage of my life. Anyone will hurt themselves before they hurt me. I am fortified. All that matters is what makes me happy, healthy, and whole. I work for no man. I live for no man. I am attached to nothing. She keeps going. Remember this. Let the world come and go. Everything you lose is not a loss. What is meant for you will always find you so long as you are still and know. Peace is not provided, it is produced. Your life is what you make it and what you say it is. Every word you speak returns as prophecy. Most of your pain is attached to people. When you get rid of the person, you get rid of the problem. You are not by yourself, you are with yourself, and that is the safest place to be. Until you become comfortable in your skin, you will always want to hear where someone else's, and this attachment will produce suffering, let go, or get dragged. She says, learn more in a life well lived is in the bio. So I guess she's got a book out. And this book is not anything like the past book. So shout out to her. She goes by the name Elizabeth Overseen today. She doesn't even go by that past name of Karrine Steffans. She's detached from that. So shout out to her. She gave a little bit of shade. Not a whole lot, but a little bit of shade. And just said, hey, I'm not where you are. I'm not where I used to be. I'm moving on with my life. I say no to a lot of things. I'm not attached to anything. And moving forward, I will only do what is good for me. You can say what you want. You can have at it. And if you're still attached to being in those old spaces, places, and whatever you used to do, that's on you. You're unhappy. Wishing you the best. You can let go. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Do you feel like Melyssa Ford was entitled to her opinion on that? Do you feel like that was just unmitigated hate? And what do you think of Miss Karrine Steffans' clapback or response? Let me know. Much love and respect. I'll see y'all on the next one. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the post notification bell for all updates, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. But I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, so straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.